Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another exciting weekend art challenge. Today I'll be fusing the Lava Hound with the Wizard from Clash Royale. So what I want to do is start with the Lava Hound's eye. So I'm going to start with two curves coming down for the brow, starting on the left side. Curve down and in. We want to leave a little gap in the center. We'll do the same thing on the right. Starting from the outside, we'll curve up and then out. Now I'm going to tuck two circles underneath the eyelids. So starting at the top on the left, we're going to circle around and then just pull that in towards the inside of the eye. We'll do the same thing on the right. In between the eyes, I'm going to draw two curves going up towards the center for the frown line. Starting on the left, we'll curve up toward the middle and curve back down towards the right side. From the outside of the brow, I want to curve down towards the bottom of the eye. From the top corners of the brow, I just want to curve up and in. And then we'll curve and make our way towards that center point. In between the eyes, I just want to add a little bit of a wrinkle. So from the corner here, I'm just going to draw a straight angled line coming in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move down and draw in the lower jaw. So I'm going to start in the middle, just down here, with a point. From this point, I just want to curve up just towards the eyes. And then we're going to curve these back down, going outwards. And then we're going to draw two straight lines going out. And then we're going to do two straight lines coming down towards the side of the jaw. From the ends, I just want to round out the side of the jaw. So from the left side, I'm just going to bow it out and come down. And from here, we're going to curve down towards the center point in the chin. Now I'm going to go in and add some thickness to the teeth. So from this point here, I'm going to draw a short straight line coming down. We'll do the same thing on the right, and then we'll do the same in the center. Now I'm going to connect that point to that point at the bottom here with a slight curve. Now we're going to work our way back up to the top with another curve, just tapering up, and then we're going to taper back down towards that center point. And let's work our way towards the right side. Starting from the center, we'll curve up towards the top, we'll taper down, and then we'll curve out towards the side. On the top corners of the eye, I want to draw two angled lines coming down and in. Right about there. Now we're going to overlap the cheeks, so we're going to step up, draw an angled line going out. Do that on both sides. And then we'll come in and down behind the jaw. From here, I just want to add a little element of the wizard. So I want to add a little goatee beard here. So in the center, right here, I'm going to draw a straight line going across. I'm going to curve down and out. And then I curve up and out towards the side of the jaw. Starting on the left, and then on the right. Let's move up above the eyes and draw the first horn. So we're going to start with a hexagon first. So a straight line across the top. We're going to angle out and down the sides. And then we'll come in with a short line. And then we'll connect the bottom with a straight line. Now from the outside edge, I just want to angle down in behind the eyebrow. And then from the bottom corners, we're going to angle down a little bit steeper. Now from here, I'm going to draw in the inside edge of the hood. So in the center, we're going to step up in the middle and draw a point. From that point, I want to curve around the face and then down towards the jaw. Starting on the left side, we'll curve around, just around the eyes and the cheek, down towards the bottom. And do the same thing on the right. Starting from the top, we'll curve out around the eye, cheek, and jaw. Down to the same height as we have on the left. Now we just want to curve and tuck this in underneath the chin. Starting on the left, curve across and in. Now from here, we just want to fill in the gap at the top. So for the top corners of the brow, I'm going to start on the left side and curve in and then up. Do the same thing on the right side. We're going to do a short angled line going in towards the middle. We're going to leave a little gap in the center here. Now from these 2 points, I want to draw 2 lines coming down in towards the middle. And then from the center, I'm going to draw a straight line going up underneath the hood. And then from these 2 top points, we're just going to angle them slightly inwards, just underneath the edge of the hood. Now we can go in and draw on the outside of the hood. So from the center, we're going to step up and draw another point. I want to follow this curve and just kind of go outwards as we come down towards the bottom. Starting at the top, we're going to go out a little bit further as we come down towards the bottom to right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve in underneath the chin. Now I want to taper this line and thickness in between here. Starting from the left, we're just going to curve, just pull that in. Do the same thing on the right. I'm going to add a little trim on the inside. So from the center, we're going to step up again, draw a point. We're just going to follow that curve all the way down towards the bottom of the hood. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Now I want to draw some ears coming out from the head in behind the hood. So we're going to start on the side of the temples here. I'm going to draw a straight line angling up and out, but in behind the hood. Going up, and then we'll continue this on the outside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going up at an angle, and then continuing on the outside of the hood. Now we're going to curve down the side, starting on the left, curve down. Same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve this in behind the hood, in behind the head. On the left side, we'll curve down and in. We'll continue that curve in behind the cheek. Do the same thing on the right side. Now I just want to draw the inner part of the ear. Starting from that tip, I'm just going to curve in behind the head, but again, in behind the hood. Now that we got the head, I'm going to go down towards the body. Now we're going to tuck in a half circle underneath the chin. So let's start on the left side. Curve down towards the middle, and we'll curve that back up on the right side. Now I'm going to have him dressed up like the wizard. So we're going to leave a gap in the center and draw 2 straight lines coming down on either side. And we want to draw a trim, so we're going to step out again, draw 1 more straight line coming down. Now I just want to show a little bit of wrinkle in the cloth here. So on the left side, underneath the hood, we'll just curve in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now below the chest and the center, we're going to add a belt buckle. So on the left, draw a straight line, and we'll do the same thing on the right. We're going to connect those 2 points with a slight curve in the middle. Now I just want to trim out the inside of the buckle. So stepping in, we're just going to follow along on the inside. On the outer part of the chest, I'm going to step in and draw the sides of the belt. So just on the left side, we'll draw a straight line coming down. Do the same thing on the right. And then we're going to curve in behind the belt buckle, leaving a little overlap on the bottom. And then on the left side, we'll add 2 small circles for the belt holes. And we'll fill those in black. On the right side, I want to add the end of the belt. So starting at the top, we'll just round out towards the bottom. Let's continue working down towards the legs. So from the corner of the belt, I want to draw 2 angled lines going out. And then in the center, we're going to leave a gap and draw 2 more angled lines going out. And then we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. And then the same on the right side. Now I just want to add that same trim along the inside and along the bottom. Starting on the left side. And then on the right. In the middle of the body, we're going to add the loincloth hanging down. So from the corner, we're going to step out and draw a straight line. On the right corner, we'll step out and draw another straight line. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve coming down the middle. And then we're going to step in and draw 2 straight lines on the inside. Now we can tuck the legs in underneath the coat. So we're going to start on the outside corner and step in. We're going to draw the outer part of the thigh first. So on the left side, we'll curve around and then down towards the knee. From here, I want to curve down and in. And then we'll pull that back up with a curve underneath the loincloth. Let's do the same thing on the right. From the corner, we'll step in, curve down towards the knee. And we're going to round out towards the inside of the leg, and then we'll curve this back up. From the corner on the left, I just want to curve in the opposite direction up towards the outside of the leg. And then from here, I'm going to draw a short angled line coming in, and I'm going to follow that same curve going back in behind the thigh. Now from that top corner, I'm just going to curve underneath the thigh. Let's do the same thing on the right. From the corner, curve down, and then out. Do a short angled line coming in, and we'll follow that same curve going back in behind the thigh. Now from that corner, we're going to round out the knee in behind the thigh. Let's go back to the left side and draw the lower part of the leg. From the corner of the leg, curve down and in. Now from this corner, we want to taper inward so it gets narrower as you come down towards the bottom of the feet. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. We'll do the same thing on the right. Starting from the outside, we'll curve down and in. From the inside of the leg, we're just going to taper so it gets a little bit narrower towards the bottom of the foot, and then we'll round it out. Let's go back up to the top and draw on the arm. So I'm going to start with the sleeves of the coat first. From the top corners of the belt, we're going to step down and draw 2 curves going out. So on the left, we'll step down, curve up, and then out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. And we're just going to draw 2 straight lines angling inwards underneath the hood. Let's go back to the left side and start with this arm. So we're going to start right here in the corner. We're going to curve down. Now we're going to round out the bottom of the upper arm. We're going to curve up and then out. Now I'm going to curve up underneath the sleeve, but we're going to leave a little overlap here. Going up. Let's do the same thing on the right, starting from the inside corner. Curve down. We're going to curve upwards along the arm, and then tuck this in underneath the sleeve, leaving a little overlap. From the edge of the upper arm, we're going to step down and draw another curve for the edge of the forearm. So curving across again. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now from here, I want to draw 2 curves coming down towards the wrist. So on the inside, we're going to curve down towards the wrist. On the outside, we're just going to come in a little bit nearer as you come in towards the wrist. Right about there. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Up here, we're just going to connect the upper part with the lower arm by stepping in and drawing a straight line going up, and then on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curve down towards the wrist. On the outside, we're going to taper in, connect those 2 points with a curve. Then again, from the inside, we're going to step in, draw a straight line. From the outside, we'll step in and draw a straight line. Now going back to the left, let's draw on the hand. From the inside corner of the wrist, I'm going to round it out and come down towards the tip of the thumb. From the tip of the thumb, I'm going to curve around and then just pull this down towards the first claw. Now from here, I just want to curve around and then pull that in towards the palm. So we're going to taper out and then just hook that back in. Now at the base of this claw, we're going to curve down again. And we do that same thing. We're going to curve out and then just pull that back in. At the top of this claw, we're going to curve around the outside of the hand in towards the wrist. Now at the thumb, we're just going to separate the claws. So on the inside, we'll just curve around. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the inside of the wrist, curve the thumb, curve around, and then down towards the first claw. We're going to taper it back up, and then just round it out at the top of the claw. About halfway along this claw, we're going to curve down again, curve up, and then in behind. At the top of this claw, we're going to curve in towards the wrist, and we're just going to separate the thumb with a curve. Now let's move back up and draw on 2 large wings. So just below the ears, we're going to step down and draw 2 curves going out. Going upwards. Now I'm going to curve down towards the tip of the wing, starting on the left side. Curve down and out. And do the same thing on the right. Now we're just going to add the ridge bone of the wing. So from the tip, I'm just going to taper upwards. It's wider as you come up. I'm going to leave a little gap at the top. And we're going to follow that same curve in behind the head. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the tip, taper up, and then curve in behind the head. Now we're going to draw on the bottom edge of the wing. From this tip, we want to curve up and then down. So going up, and we'll just pull that down. Now we're just going to tuck this in behind the head. So doing another curve going up. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the tip of the wing, curve up, and curve that down. Then we'll curve that back up underneath the head. One little detail I want to add are 2 flames coming out of the hands. So we're going to start at the base of the thumb, we're going to curve around the fingers and then up. Curving around the fingers. I'm just going to pull that up. Now I just want to flare it out. So just curving out. We're going to pull that back in, so tapering in. I'm going to draw a little wave going up towards the top of the flame, almost like a long S. I'm going to curve this around and pull it up and tuck this in behind the forearm. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're at the base of the thumb, we're going to curve around, tips of the claws will go up. Now we're just going to curve out, and then we're going to taper that back in, and we're going to do a backwards little wave, so a little S. Going around and then up. Curl this around, and we'll just pull that in behind the forearm. And there we have it. There's a Lava Hound Wizard Fusion. I hope you enjoyed today's challenge. Make sure you subscribe and send us your challenge ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.